So guys, welcome to the channel where a united Africa is an undisputed Africa. So I came across this video, this YouTuber in Africa. He's an African streamer. He's from Nigeria, and he was talking about President Tinubu, the Nigerian president, and the fallout that's going on with him right now with his puppet masters, basically the French and the Americans. And he gave this brilliant rundown of what's happening. So take a listen to this, and then I will explain it as it goes along. But let's take a listen to what he's saying, because he explained this much better than I could, and also he has facts and he's presenting them. So let's take a look at it and then figure out what's the next step for this for the Nigerian president. Boom.
Nigeria's president, Bola Tinubu, is facing an unprecedented crisis of legitimacy following the failure of his Western-backed attempted military invasion of Niger. A legal deposition in the US has established that the Chicago State University degree certificate that Tinubu submitted with his presidential declaration was forged. Under Nigerian electoral law, submission of a forged certificate to the country's independent National Electoral Commission is grounds for immediate disqualification. Following the disputed results of the February 25 presidential election in Nigeria, Tinubu has faced multiple legal challenges from the two major opposition parties, which won a combined 60% of the official vote count. Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Peter Obi of the Labour Party have been in court since May, alleging multiple breaches of electoral law by Tinubu. A key issue anchoring Atiku Abubakar's case is that Tinubu committed multiple instances of perjury on his presidential declaration form, including submitting a forged degree certificate and failure to declare an additional nationality.
So guys, here we see there's at least one thing of fraud is being accused of by the others, because they said he presented a forged certificate to the electoral government, the electoral body. So, and that's in Nigeria, that's grounds for removal if it's can be confirmed and prove that it's fake. So if it is fake, I'm pretty sure he's gonna do all he can to make it legit, and as well, if it's not fake, it's gonna just legitimize his presidency. So let's hope these are not just thrown out allegations, but I can't, from what I did a little research, and that's all is going on right now in Nigeria. We have different politicians and different political analysis talking about this forged document they are even in court to force the university to declare if it's forged or not. So let's continue.
Another key issue anchoring both opposition cases is a 1993 US drug trafficking investigation involving Tinubu, where he was ordered by a court in Chicago to forfeit $460,000 in proceeds of heroin trafficking found in his bank accounts. Despite the many question marks surrounding Tinubu, French President Emmanuel Macron and US President Joe Biden both initially seemed very keen to establish cordial relations with his government, especially when it came to the proposed military invasion of Niger following the removal of Mohamed Bazoum from office. At Nigeria's appeal court, Tinubu's lawyers successfully argued that his prior involvement in criminal activity like drug trafficking was not grounds for disqualification, because the forfeiture was a civil case instead of a criminal one, and it was his bank accounts that were charged with laundering drug money and not him. But Tinubu's fortunes began to change shortly after failing multiple times to get the Nigerian military to invade Niger. First via an attempted illegal deployment of Nigerian special forces into Niger, which was foiled when the attack plans were leaked to a journalist.
Pause for a moment. So here we see again, anytime you see Americans and any government in the world cozy up to any African president, note something is off miss, something is murky. And he was in the States. They had him in, they had seized some money from him concerning drugs. So I think that's one of the reasons why in the beginning, if you remember, President Tinubu, because he's also the chairperson of Icarus, and he was pushing so much to attack Niger with the backing of Americans and the French, and they can see this likes one of the reasons why, because they have something on him, like these forged documents, his court case in the state, or miraculously you didn't hear nothing about it until now. But let's see why all of this is happening at this moment.
Then via a formal request to the Nigerian Senate, which was rejected, and finally via a joint ECOWAS military intervention, which again failed to materialize. Following the US government's security deal with the new Nigerian authorities, which was followed by the humiliating exit of France from the country, both of which rendered Tinubu ineffective as a regional Western ally, his political fortunes subsequently nosedived as his legal troubles in the United States began to pile up. Atiku Abubakar's lawyers sought a subpoena to compel Chicago State University to reveal everything it knows about Bola Tinubu, who claims to have graduated from the institution in 1979. Tinubu's lawyers argued that the court should not grant the subpoena because releasing these records would tarnish his image. Despite several appeals, Judge Nancy Maldonado on October 1 delivered a ruling authorizing the subpoena and mandating a sworn deposition by officials of Chicago State University. The subpoenaed documents and subsequent legal deposition revealed that the certificate Tinubu submitted to the Electoral Commission was not issued by Chicago State University and contained several mistakes and discrepancies.
Pause. So, I think this is one of the reasons why he was so pushing for the invasion of Niger. Because you see, on multiple occasions he tried to invade Niger. One, illegally by sending in the special forces of Nigeria, which was foiled because it was leaked, so he backed up. When he went to his governing body to help him to send, sorry, to send the army in, they rejected him. Second, and then what was the third one? And there was a third one where he tried to. But this is for me. This is a reason because America have so much on him, and notice it is ever since Nigeria become legitimate and Niger become legitimate, and the French get kicked out, and America is having an issue with Niger government currently. I could see why all of this is now coming to light because they no longer need him, so now they don't care what happens to him. And this is why I say being a puppet was not good for any president because of that. When they don't need you anymore, everything will come to light and then you're going to suffer the consequences. So let's continue.
Nigerian investigative journalist David Hundein last year revealed that the certificate submitted to the commission bore a striking resemblance to a fake certificate template for Chicago State University provided by an online certificate forgery service called diplomamakers.com. According to the deposition, Chicago State University cannot verify that the student on its files known as Bola A. Tinubu is in fact the same person as Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which raises the incredible specter of potential identity fraud by Nigeria's president. The matter has been filed in Nigeria's Supreme Court as part of the presidential election petition appeal, which commences hearing this month, which means that we could well be witnessing the last few days of Tinubu's presidency. But that isn't all. In another remarkable twist, 6 US government agencies, including the FBI, CIA, IRS, and DEA, who were sued by Plainsight.org founder Aaron Greenspan and David Hundein for refusing to honor freedom of information requests regarding the records they hold on Tinubu, have stated that they will comply with the FOIA request. The FBI alone stated that it has identified over 2,500 pages of relevant information in its file on Tinubu, which it will begin to release publicly from October. It would seem that following his failure to deliver on the mandate to invade Niger given to him by Western backers, Africa's latest Western puppet president could be about to bite the dust.
So guys, what can we can come to a conclusion here that this is the reason why they back this Nigerian president, and this is the reason why America did not give out any of this information prior to the French getting kicked out of Niger and prior before this president Tinubu has failed to attack Niger. So now everything has come to light because what? He failed. He could not give the French and Americans what they needed. So now he's no longer needed. So what? Of course, they're gonna rat him out. And this is what President Ruto said a while back, that they tend to blackmail African presidents, but they only blackmail the ones that are not, that's dirty, and the ones that don't help their citizens. In this case, Tinubu. He's dirty. He was put there by the West because he's a puppet, and all of this that is known to be can cause his presidency was known all this time by the Americans and by the French. But they choose, as I said earlier, to hold on to all of this information until now it's released because what? Even when they had to release it because of the Freedom Act, they still try not to release it. It's the guy that sued them, and they still haven't really revealed it until now. Why? Because he's no longer an asset. He's now a liability. So now they're gonna. He's now become now because it becomes a liability. You have no. You basically have no use anymore to the Americans. So now they're gonna release everything: the money, the drug money, the fake Chicago University um certificate, and this is even worse because Nigeria is already known for scamming, and now with the president of said country become found to be fraud and doing scamming. Basically, this is a scam. If a fake a certificate. Now they're gonna shine even a darker light on on the country, which shouldn't be. The president should be a shining light, like the new Burkina Faso president, President Abraham Traore. He's doing great. No one has anything on him, so they can blackmail him, they can use him. So because of that now, he's progressing because he's for his citizens. In this case, President Tinubu, number one, for me, I thought he was too old when he won. I was like, why is this? He's too old, number one. And the fact that you're faking documents mean you're not educated on the level that you need to be as a president. So on so many levels, this is wrong. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section. If you think what's coming out now, and actually this month October is when all this information should also becomes available to the public. So I will keep an eye on it, and as soon as we get any more information concerning this issue, I'll bring it forward for my viewers to see. But he's in trouble because remember he didn't want majority of the votes. He has a combined government with the next party, so it's very likely he will lose power, or they're gonna have a new election, or they're gonna just whoever had the highest vote after him will become the next president. So let's see how this goes. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. As always, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Like, share, and subscribe. As always, I don't know. Peace, one love. Boom.